Back for another hike at Sleeping Giant, and we are here on actually a kind of an overcast, not humid day. Oh man, we've had so many humid days lately. This day is nice. I thought I'd get out here before the sun broke out. So we're over here once again. Take a little walk on the Red Diamond Trail, and I'm parked right there at the little blue circle, blue pea circle. Also, this trail hike is very nice along the road. It's right down this path over here, and that's a very nice hike as you head up to the Red Triangle path. But we're gonna just, just me today, gonna go along the Red Diamond Trail and head over to the head of the mountain where the mining used to occur almost a century ago. A very lovely section of the park here. And as I've mentioned before, some of the trails look very easy, but as you look, the mountain goes up substantially. But we're going to just stay on this little road path that heads off to the red trails, but it's a very quiet. Hopefully we'll see some wildlife. There's a lot of deer around here, and one of my last hikes, a lot of blue herons. So as I go by Mill River, we'll see if we can spot some. And here's where our Red Circle Trail heads off. I'm not going to be heading up there. It goes up. Taking it easy. Just going to head over here to the other side of the trail. And as we can see, we'll just take a walk down here. You can hear some of the traffic by Whitney Avenue. We're just going to head down here to the Mill River, take a look. And here is Mill River. Some really nice fishing spots along here. Really do love this place. I love the change in the river. Calm, still. It picks up a little bit here, and it's just a really beautiful spot. So, I'm here at the Mill River, and I'm just taking it easy today. Last year I had a major health scare, so I've been recovering from that. I guess at some point I can share what that was. It was a life-changing event, and I'm very thankful to be out here. I'm by myself here, but if you're watching this, in some ways you're with me here. I guess the big thing is, if you want to go out and do things, go for it. If there's a trip that you want to do, or places that you want to see, or whatever it might be, I'm glad I ran some marathons in my 50s, and got that out of my system. I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked doing them. It was a lot of fun. But very happy to be out here, and thanks for watching. I'm going to head up the trail here a little bit, show you a little bit more about the mountain. But I just wanted to take a little moment and share that with you. Our Diamond Trail heads up, and as you can see, well, really it's hard to see through the trees, but somebody's got something orange on way up there. There's a marker. Yeah, someone's wearing orange, very visible. I'm going to head down the Violet Trail on this side. Sometimes I call it the Purple Trail. That's where I came from down there. But it is the Violet Trail, there's a V on the map. So I'm going to head to my right, loop around, show a few things, and come back down on the Diamond side on the left here. Here is one of the fascinating sections of the park. This is part of what remains of the old quarry site where people worked here, and they mined a lot of the mountain. You can see what's left of some staircases, and there has been an information plaque showing what occurred. So all of these are that. That's where we are. See the old equipment that was used, and there's a history here of what went on. Very, very fascinating history of Sleeping Giant. It's one of the spots where a lot of people will come and check out. Right now, this is a Sunday. It's very quiet. But as you can see, this is a really good indication. I'd spoken about this before, that the park in some areas is quite flat. You know, it's like your backyard. And then a lot of the trails go off into this, which, get a wider shot here. This is not a trail, it's just a dead end, but you can see the fractured rocks there. Zoom in a little bit for you. Whoa, a little bit too much. There we go. Some of the paths are almost as steep as this. I mean, it's just a wall. But you'll get a lot of paths here that are like this. That's why it said that this park is a beautiful park, but it's deceptive, because you can be walking along something very easy, you know, kids, seniors, whatever, and then these trails just go off into that. Okay, up we go. The old staircase that was used for the mining. I don't think it's really to any kind of code. This is really old stuff. But this is part of the Violet Trail. And as I mentioned, these rocks really are quite slippery. There's a little bit of, it had rained last night, so a lot of these rocks are very slippery. So if you're going up and over the head, you really have to be careful. And we are going to end up at the top of this, near where all the mining needs to occur. Okay, so if you can see that sort of tiger shark little pictogram there, whatever it is, that's where we are right now. And that is the description of that. This is, I guess you could call it the back of the head of Sleeping Giant. This is all the mining that used to go on here. Some people actually try and scale this thing. I do not recommend that. This rock is very, for lack of a better term, breakable. But the Blue Trail heads over that ridge that goes over the top. Serious stuff. I know I kind of talk about this a lot and beat it to a pulp, but you branch off on little side trails and everything is easy peasy. Like we're going to head back down the Triangle Trail, which is simple. It's an easy trail. But you go off onto some of these side trails and you head up the Blue Trail and over to the body. It is serious stuff. Before we head over there and explore that, give a shout out to my wife. Last night I helped a little bit. She made some banana bread. So always good to bring food with you, of course, when you're hiking. And a nice homemade banana bread with some nuts in there. Good stuff. Always good to bring some energy with you, and very tasty. So I'm going to take a little eating break. As a historian of sorts, it's always interesting to see this. I honestly don't know what it is. It was probably some sort of rail system maybe that was used to bring the rocks down to the quarry site. But for whatever reason, it's been left here. Might cause damage to the hill to take it out, but it's a reminder of what was once here. If this was gone, we wouldn't know about it. So it's always good to see the remains of things, even though this is part of the industrial heritage of Connecticut. It's fascinating. I find it very interesting. Okay, where I took the right before to stay in the Violet Trail and loop around, now I'm at the top of the Diamond Trail in this section of the park. And this, I'd have to go back and read the description. My guess, this was some sort of construction office, I think, overlooked because it's above, down over there, it's above the quarry itself. Brick ceiling, amazing. What's left is some rebar here. A lot of graffiti. This might have been someone's area for their desk, and they were a supervisor of some kind and worked here. Coming out the other side, it looks like, well, we've got a doorway on that side. On this side, there are two large openings. It's tough to tell what it was once designed for. We're talking 100-year-old technology, 100-year-old design thoughts. Over here is another interesting little spot. So this is a loop around the park that's quite easy. I've only been out about a half hour. And we come upon this. A concrete, I don't think it was a bathroom. Pretty thick, maybe 8-10 inch wall. Could have been storage for explosives. I really can't even get a good perspective on it, being this up and close, but back out a little bit. Probably ventilation at the top. But there it is. We're going to leave the quarry site over here, head downhill on the Red Diamond Trail. There's our path down there. That's where we once were, just a little while ago. And we're going to head down nice and easy. You know, this, if you're a runner, this is a nice little loop to go around if you want to do some running. This is a part of the park. It's not really accessed, or I should say used all that much. And there's our mountain to the right. So if you're looking for a nice quiet part of the park, because the main entrance can get really busy, and if you want to come to a place that's not used all that much, in all the years I've been here in this part of the park, I've seen a few people here, but it's really a much quieter section. Also, so this is the first Tuttle Avenue parking area. That's where I parked. And there's also a very nice trail along Tuttle Ave that heads out to the back of the mountain. So if you're looking for something in the park that's easy, and you don't want to do the Tower Trail, there's a lot of people, excuse me, you can come back to this section of the park, and it's really quite quiet back here. It's beautiful. If you do want to go fishing in the Mill River, state of Connecticut, this is a trout managed area. Gives all the regulations, time that you can fish, opening day, and also you have to have a trout or salmon stamp to fish here. When I was a kid, my dad and I would fish all the time on Mill River, and a lot of brook trout, rainbow trout, and we would catch a lot of them. It's really a great place to go fishing. Just some information. This stuff is posted a lot around here, so it's just more information about the river and what you can do here, and any information that you need, it's posted all around. I'm going to head off now. I'm back down to my original parking spot, and I'm going to head along Tuttle Ave on this horse trail. In this trail, marked conveniently by little horseshoe U's. This is another easy trail. Heads along Tuttle Ave, which is right next to me, and heads along the back side of the mountain. Some recent tree damage. Some of this when you go through the park, you will see remains of the tornado that came through in 2018. This is all new. This is not related to the tornado. Oh boy, look at this. There was a car crash. The remains of someone's front end. Battery terminal cover. Oof. Yeah, they took out that tree. Took out the sign. You never know what you're going to see when you go. Got some golfers up there. Backside of Sleeping Giant. Wow. Timing is everything, I guess. Glad I wasn't here when this happened. Maybe it was one of those 3 in the morning things. I've left the horse trail just for a second to look at this sign. This is one of the historic trails of the park. Judges Cook Oxen Road. It's an unmarked historic trail. Willis Cook built a cabin here in 1883. Hey, 2 years before Marty McFly showed up. And you'll see signs like this through the park. They give very informative topics about the park. And of course you can go up the trail there and check that out. But I'm going to continue down here on this horseback trail. As I've mentioned before, here we're at the Tuttle Ave sign. And the bridle trail, or the horseback trail, goes to the Red Triangle Trail. So there we are, right there at that little intersection. Focus in on that if I can. And of course the Red Triangle goes up over the mountain, ends up on the other side as you pass the Yellow Trail. And like I said, if you get in trouble, not on the map, but you can see it even in the summer here with all of our tree cover. This is definitely hurricane damage. 2018. Here is a path that goes right down to the road, and I will take it. It's more of a little drainage access than a formal path. And here we are. Tuttle Ave. So, if you're looking for a basic kind of hike, you are new to hiking, or maybe you've got little kids, if you go on this horse trail, it's flat to relatively flat. I mean, there's hardly any incline at all. But you can hike around and do a lot of exploring, and you're close to civilization. So that's just one other part of the park, which I hope that you enjoyed. Just a little proof that people do ride their horses there. I'm not a tracker, but those look relatively new. So someone's been on the trail and enjoying a nice ride on a horse. This whole hike today was probably about, when I get back to the car, maybe 75 minutes. And I'm poking along. I am not going very fast, a couple of miles an hour, if that. So if you're looking for a nice trail, this is it. And as I head back to the car, I thank you for watching.